Review the Light. Today we're going to be taking a look at the new Thorfire PF02, but really quick before we get into it, make sure you click the link to subscribe to my channel. I believe they moved it right down here now, so click that, and then also you can click right up here to follow me on Facebook, and that'll keep you up to date on my latest videos and reviews. So the PF02 comes in this cardboard box. It has a sticker on it, which was originally one sticker sealed right there before I opened the package earlier. You can see the picture of the flashlight and a few of the specifications. We'll go ahead and open it up. Inside the box, you have this other box containing the flashlight, a little card asking you to fill out a survey if you like the flashlight, a user manual, and a spare O-ring there. So that's what comes inside the box. We'll go ahead and take out the flashlight. There we go. So the PF02 uses Cree XPE2 emitter, which you can see right in there. It's a fairly small emitter. It doesn't put out as much light as some of the larger ones, but being a small emitter, what that means is in a small flashlight like this, you have to have a small reflector, and if you have a small emitter as well, then it allows that reflector to collect most of the light and focus it. So it's not going to be as floody as a small light that uses a large emitter, because with that small emitter it can focus most of the light, which is a good advantage there if you want a little bit more throw. Then you can also see it's got the reflector is textured a little bit there, very lightly, so that helps smooth out the beam pattern a little bit at the cost of just a little bit of a throw, so you're not going to have as many beam artifacts or rings in your beam or anything like that. So it's got the crenellated bezel, and if you have the light head down and it's on, a little bit of light will shine out through the sides so you can tell if it's on or not. That's a good feature. You can see the body has this kind of rectangular knurling pattern, allows you to get some grip on it, which is nice. You can see the model name here on one flat part and the Thorfire logo over on the other. It's got a removable clip, so a little bit of force, and you can take that on and off. It's not super easy, but it does come on and off, and so it shouldn't detach accidentally in your pocket. I'll get that back on there. A fair amount of force required. You can see on the tail here there's some flat sections cut into it, and that gives you some good grip, which is nice because this is where you unscrew it to take the batteries in and out. And then the rubber tail switch here also, because this tail switch extends beyond the tail cap, it's going to be very easy to press when you're holding the light like this, but also you're not going to be able to do a very good tail stand. It's going to be not able to stand on its tail. So we'll open it up and take a look. On the inside here you can see it's got the O-ring to help keep it waterproof. Also, if I can get my camera to focus on it, you can get a good look at the threads there. They're triangular cut, and there's several of them, so it's unlikely that they're going to the tail might come off by accident in your pocket or anything like that, so that's a good feature. They're not anodized, which means that they won't last quite as long as if they were anodized, but also you don't have to have the tail quite all the way tightened and it'll still turn on. If you look down at the other end there, you'll be able to kind of see the spring at the head that makes connection with the battery there. So it takes two AAA batteries. I'll put a couple in and we'll turn it on and take a look. It's a very simple light. It has 3 modes. You turn it on and control it just with this tail switch there. So turn it on and it comes on in its moonlight mode. It has moonlight, low, and turbo, and you can see it's got a fairly focused hot spot. So even with such a small flashlight, it's because it has a small emitter, it's got a decent amount of focus, and you might be able to make out there's a little bit of flood there. You'll see the flood pattern in a minute. So to switch the modes, you turn it on and off quickly. So we have the moonlight, the low, and the high. And those are the 3 modes that it has. As you can see, it's very simple. It just cycles through those 3 if you turn it on and off within 2 seconds. And then, say I have it in the low here, if I leave it off for more than 2 seconds, and then go to turn it back on, it goes back to the moonlight. So the moonlight is its default mode. So that's its operation. This is the Thorfire PF02, and if you stick around for just a second, we will take it outside and give it a shot in the dark. Alright, welcome back to Review the Light. We've got the Thorfire PF02 out here in the dark, and we're going to give it a shot. So I'll go ahead and fire it up. It starts in the low mode, and you can see there that using the smaller emitter inside there, it means you've still got a decent spot, but it is already pretty large, even by the time it just reaches the garage door there. So it's definitely more of a floody light, even though it does retain a little bit of a defined hot spot. And the actual spill of the beam, you can see the hot spot there kind of fades out. The actual spill of the beam kind of reaches, if you see where my finger is, right about there is the end of the spill, and you'll see that as I go up to the higher modes. There's the medium, and there's the high. So you can see very good light for up close work outside. As you start to get further away, you can see a little bit of the tree up there. So you can get some good mid-range work out of it. It's got enough output and enough throw to get some mid-range work outside. Definitely a great light to have in its compact and slim form factor here. Pretty impressive. So the tint of the beam is pretty accurate to what you see in the picture. I think to my eyes it looks slightly more of a warmer tint than the cool you can see there. So this is the Thorfire PF02. Thanks for tuning in to Review the Light, and if you haven't yet, like I said, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on Facebook. Thanks, and have a great night.